morning and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ian. I'm known as WanderBeard around these parts. And in today's video, we are here in the capital, El Salvador, the city of San Salvador. I'm just standing here in the middle of the historical area. This is what's known as Gerardo Barrios Plaza. And it's a very famous place here in the city. And as you can see, it is surrounded by people and pigeons and places. So here in Barrios Plaza, we are surrounded by a number of significant buildings in the city. And you can see it's a very busy place, even here on the midday, just before lunchtime, I suppose. But it is a very busy place. And some of the key places we're going to take a walk around and have a look at today. Here is the National Palace building, which is the government building for the assembly for the country of El Salvador. And we'll talk about that a bit later. We have the Metropolitan Cathedral over here at the backside of the plaza. There's a statue here of Gerardo Barrios, whom the plaza is named after, in the center. And of course, one would not be coming to San Salvador without checking out the National Library building, a world famous design building that El Salvador built, I believe with the assistance of the Chinese government who helped them fund it. It was an award-winning design and structure, and it'll be a really interesting place to check out. On top of that, we have a few other places around this area. So this is the National Cathedral here in San Salvador, and it was originally built in 1808 was when the initial foundation was started. Of course, with everything here in El Salvador, it has been hit by earthquakes and other issues in the past, so it's actually been rebuilt now 3 times. With the most recent iteration, after a restoration was completed, it was opened again for the final time in 1999. So let's take a walk inside. I don't believe there's any service going on today, so we can go inside and have a quick look. So there was a service going on inside, so I didn't want to hang out and, spend a lot of time in there with that. And, it's kind of inconsiderate to do so anyway. But just a beautiful building inside, and yeah, I can see why it's such a famous place here in the city. However, it is not, I would argue, the most beautiful church that you'll ever see. That is another one that's just a few blocks away that we're going to see in a little bit. But for now, let's take a walk over towards the National Palace building. I don't know if we can get in or not. I'm going to try and see what they say and have a little look around over there. So good news, the National Palace actually has a tour. When you come in the front doors, there's some different options. They have tours in English and Spanish, and she said the tour is about 20 minutes or so through the building. The cost was $5 for tourists, foreign tourists, which was, more than fair. So anyway, I paid the $5 and I'm just waiting here. She said the next tour in English starts in about 10 minutes. So I'm just sitting here getting cooled off with some air conditioning.
We have 105 rooms, but we are going not to visit all of them.
That would take too long, yeah.
Yes. And nowadays it's gonna use as a museum. Mm-hmm. This is the Red Hall. The Red Hall was used for protocol event as a reception. On the top we have 14 medallions with the name of our state. For example, we are right now at San Salvador. So a medallion is next to us with the name San Salvador. And above each door we have many portraits for ex-presidents. For instance, Gerardo Barrios. He was the first person to get the idea to have a first national palace. Above this door that is open, we have Manuel Gerardo, the first person that he recited the second national palace. Beautifully, he was assassinated in the square Gerardo Barrios.
I've read that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Barrios was president 3 times. Is that correct?
This
Sort
one,
of. Yeah.
uh,
Barrios.
yeah, a lot of president. And this room have many styles. Have Renaissance in French, classic designs, and a lot of Baroque styles. The last year, the President Nayib Bukele gave his speech in this balcony in front of us
Yeah.
to all the population of El Salvador. This wall has been restored because, remember, came here a different president administration, and maybe they didn't want the original photo. They decided to change. To the process to a restoration, the person took a scalpel and tried to remove this layer by layer to try to find out the original design. For example, this is original, but in that part has been restored. You feel a little bit?
Yep.
Shake it. Or the National Palace is gonna shake. It's a skeleton for an item under the floor and into the walls. In the case of Nerco, the National Palace just bends or shake it. All is empty, nobody's working. You can see through the windows if you want.
I'll give my speech from here.
Yes.
No one will hear though.
I have this in view. I have this in view.
The library is really pretty. We at home, where I'm from in Canada, we have a library with a very kind of a very stylish design also. Wow.
And here we have another view. We have all the mountains around the San Salvador.
Yeah.
And this part is the Central Medical Garden. This building was an hotel in the past.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
building has 100 years old.
What's going in here now? A new hotel or?
Maybe a museum. Maybe.
Okay.
We don't know exactly what will be. Yes. Here we have the original part and the part that has been restored. Here you can see all the room that in the past was office. Yes.
Wow.
Do you want to take your
Yeah, I'm gonna go this way for a minute. All the different tiles. So she was saying that every room has different tiles and different ceiling designs, and every room's painting is different also. So some of them here you can see the restorations happening. Like here's, this is new paint, and then there's the original paint that's being restored in some sections. Very, very cool place. The opulence is impressive.
The National Palace has the same structure, have the same style as the National Palace from Europe, for example, French, Italy. You see, the first, the first level have a different styles of capitals. Here we have Gothic styles, classic designs, a lot of Renaissance in French, and something like that. Change. It's a mixture. That mixture called eclecticism. The justice part.
I'll try and not.
Yes.
There we go.
We have
Perfect.
many rooms, for example, and also many doors that are original. These,
Wow.
The styles of the doors is Baroque styles. This is called in Spanish lengüetas, but as you see, it's like a triangle of the glass. You can touch it.
Yeah.
We have 100% Salvadorian wood. We have cedar, ebony, mahogany, and change.
Wow.
You're gonna see by the color of them. You're gonna difference between columns.
Beautiful spot.
Yeah.
So there's the National Cathedral in the background. This cathedral was reopened in 1999. Is that right?
This is the third
Like a restoration?
one. Yes, but this is the third one because the first one damaged for an earthquake.
Yep.
The second one burned down.
Yep.
And this is the last one. This is another room. This is the blue hole. Here was the Congress. The Congress, if you see, divided in three parts. In front of us, we have the original furniture where the parliament or the ambassadors sat. Table in the middle sat the president. In that part, that in the middle, was the special or important guest. The styles of the floors is like a carpet. The tile design is a carpet. It's
Quite the building for sure. It feels very French Renaissance, doesn't it? And the tour is really good, by the way. And I would say that for $5, It's pretty, it's well worth your time. She was talking about these trees here just briefly and saying that these can live up to 1,600 years old. So they're 100 and some 120-ish years now, but they still got a long life ahead of them. But really get a sense of the opulence that's here in this building with all the different rooms and different tiles and different colors and all those different sorts of things. And anyway, it's definitely a cool place to come check out. Again, for for $5 to get a guided tour in English is always nice. And yeah, very neat place.
Welcome, this is the library. The here was used for the president as an office. Even we have a lot of room, never exists shower, to take a shower. Neither
Yep.
the president, the last president, 1931, that he decided to leave this place to the ex-White House. Above the door, we have many doors in that glasses. And if you see, there's a round. This marble came from Italy, originals. It has more than 118 years old, and this part of the walls are granites.
Yep.
The granites also came from Havana.
Just come down to the main park area here, sort of in the center of the building. It's a pretty impressive place. You can see she was talking about like the marbles from Italy and different parts of the building were imported from different countries. So there's a real history here with this building and all the different materials that were brought in from all over the world. So anyway, that tour was really good. Really informative, really interesting to see that building from the inside. And every building has its long history. She mentioned this was the second National Palace after the first one, which was made of wood, burned down. So I imagine this will be the last one because they do not even host the government here anymore. It became, too small, too old, all those sorts of things. And but a very cool place nonetheless. Definitely worth coming and checking out. Again, the tour was great. It was $5. Highly recommend it. So our next stop I want to make here around the square in the plaza is here at the National Library. So this library was actually just recently opened as of November 2023. It was built on top of the original National Library that sat in the same place. This was built in cooperation with the Chinese government with their help, and I believe the building cost around $50 to $55 million to build. It is a very modern looking building with multiple levels to it. I believe 7 floors. Each one has a different theme. So there's a Lego themed floor in the library. And I believe I've been told that there may even be a Harry Potter themed floor in the library as well. So let's head over there and have a look. So one of the interesting things to note about this, just before we go inside, this National Library is actually open 24/7. It is the only national library in the world that I'm aware of where you can go any time of day or night. At nighttime here, it's really beautifully lit up. There's a picture here, what you can see it looks like at night. And it did confirm there are 7 floors inside, each one with a different theme. So let's go inside and take a look. So this is just inside the front lobby here at the library. And you can see there's some of the different floors that are shown here. First, of course, the air conditioning in here is great. So if you need a break from the heat, come drop by the library. We're going to take the elevator up to the top and work our way back down. It's interesting they have a -1 floor and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a nice view from up here on the terrace on the 6th/7th floor, overlooking the main square, the cathedral. There's the national building over there on the left. And yeah, Really cool looking spot. This top floor here, actually, interestingly enough, has a couple of neat features to it. So this sixth floor actually has a bunch of study rooms, has a flight simulator, has a VR room, a video game playing zone, and also has things like a maker space and robotics labs, which are really cool. And this library is really neat because it's got a little bit of everything and has something for everyone as well. So let's just go in and have a little wander around and have a look. You can see here they've got a pretty impressive video game setup here with some nice gaming chairs and big screens and stuff. And on this side is more of like the study area, quiet area. You can see they've even got a racing chair set up if you want to do some F1 racing. There's the, I think the VR lab is actually over in that corner. So this is the fifth floor and has obviously a standard library collection. Actually has some of the National Archives here on this floor, which is really neat. And really nice view down into the lobby from here. So this next floor coming up, you get to let your geek flag or your nerd flag fly a little bit. There are dedicated sections to Game of Thrones, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings. Let's go down and have a look. So they got a little dedicated, here's the Star Wars section here. They got all kinds of little like mementos and, you know, Lego AT-AT Walker and all kinds of stuff. Let's go take a look at the other ones as well. Game of Thrones, unfortunately the book series that will never get finished at this point. George R.R. Martin's just been working on it for however long it's been, 1996 I believe it started, and it's still not done. And then there's this really cool Lord of the Rings section with all the different books and stuff included. And a big Harry Potter section. So again, same sort of thing. You know, there's lots of little decorations and mementos and design to make it look like Harry Potter. And then of course all the books and things that go with that. So let's head over. There's another stop I want to make a couple blocks away. There's a couple more places I want to check out in the downtown historical district here. And then we're going to get some lunch at the oldest bar in El Salvador. They even have these bicycle rental stations down here in the downtown area. So if you want to kind of explore the area on wheels instead of your feet, stop by one of these and you can rent a bike. So we're just 2 blocks from the last few stops. You can see the cathedral, there's the top part of it there. We are just over here at Plaza Morazán, which is another kind of public space in the downtown area. And this is the National Theater here in San Salvador. And if this National Theater building reminds you of the one that I saw in Santa Ana, well, you'd probably be right. It was built almost at exactly the same time with a similar architecture style. And just an absolutely beautiful building. I'm going to take a walk over and see if I can have a quick peek inside and check it out. Say hello. Hola.
Hola.
Hola. So I'm just in the main lobby here. There's actually a show going on right now inside the theater for students. I think they're doing a show of Carmen. But even just the main lobby here is beautiful. And I'll put a couple of pictures on the screen here of what the rest of the theater looks like inside. But again, just an absolutely beautiful building that was constructed between 1911 and 1917. So one of the questions I get asked a lot about, you know, the dangers of traveling and the different places that I've been, and is it safe to go wherever you are? And I mean, yeah, it is safe. I've been, wandering around El Salvador now for several weeks, and I've hit up probably a half dozen or more places to stay, and it's been great. Everyone's been very friendly. The cities are beautiful. You can see all the old architecture in some of the places. Like, again, here's another example here of a building with some very, very ornate decorations on it. And the whole downtown area here is really going through quite the revitalization, I would say. And everyone that I've met has been very friendly and very helpful when I have questions. Even if there's sometimes a bit of a language barrier, we figure it out. So just before we hit up our last spot in the historical district, we are down here at Plaza Libertad. And again, it's another big popular square surrounded by some very beautiful old buildings there. And you can see, again, the designs of some of these places that were built 100 years ago and have managed to survive earthquakes and fires and those types of things. San Salvador is a beautiful city, and this is only one part of it. But there's a big statue here right in the middle of the park. It's a pretty impressive statue here in the middle of the park. Again, dated 5th of November, 1811, 1911. And the last place I wanted to check might be closed, and that would be really disappointing if that's the case, because the pictures that I've seen of this place have been unbelievable. So I'm just going to go. I see there's a sign here in front, kind of hoping it's going to tell me to go around to the side that we're open over there. Let's go find out. This is the front of it. There was a sign here actually says for tourists to go over. It says there's an entrance over on the right, so let's go over there and have a look. So good news, we have found the secret side entrance to the church. So if you come over here and you want to check out this church, come around to the right-hand side and look for this entranceway. This is how you get in. And this is why I wanted to get inside this place. This is Church El Rosario, and might be the most beautiful church you'll ever see. So this church was built in the 1960s on the site of the original San Salvador church that was built in the 1800s. And this place is incredible. The stained glass work with the midday sun lights up the entire building, and it's just an absolutely beautiful spot. And you don't even have to be religious to enjoy this place. Just come in and admire the design of what's here. Take a little walk over this way. Even the walls have the stained glass in them of different colors. And this is even I would say, a modernist take on the 15 stages of the cross, all the way around. And then they've got this really cool metalwork statue here at the end, which next to that light just looks impressive. But yeah, if you're in San Salvador, you absolutely have to come by and see this place, because this is unbelievable. One of the coolest design buildings that I've seen, and I love this style, this kind of retro futuristic brutalist kind of concrete style, but with the lights and the stained glass. It's just remarkable. Holy smokes. Pardon the pun. Anyway, that's the view of El Rosario outside, which is, now you understand why I wanted to get inside, because that was remarkable, to say the least. So now that I've walked around downtown here for almost a couple hours, it is time to go get something to eat. And we are mere steps away from the oldest bar slash pool hall slash everything in San Salvador. This is Club La Dalia. It's up on the second floor here. I'm just going to figure out where the stairs are to get up there, have a bite, maybe even shoot some pool. So La Dalia is a great place to come if you want to just come and hang out and get a bit of the local culture, watch some people play pool yourself if you'd like to, and cool yourself off with a nice frosty beverage and maybe a bite to eat. Prices here are really reasonable. Beer was like $2.50, $3, and I had a burger and fries. And that was like $8 or something. So really, really, really great spot. Obviously with the history that's here, I can't recommend it enough. And it's just a hop, skip right from the park next door. So I thought I'd give you a quick show of where I stayed here in San Salvador for a few nights. This is Casa Sandra. I found it on Airbnb, and it turned out to be a great little spot. It's close to everything. The rooms were comfortable, had a private bathroom, and a shared kitchen space as well. So this was the bedroom that I had. Nice dark curtains for sleeping, which was awesome because I love a dark room at night. Good double-sized bed, little space here for throwing your stuff on top of, and then all kinds of storage cubby holes back here. Nice little desk and chair for working on, some hangers and stuff there too. There was also a really good air conditioner in the room, which kept the room nice and ice cold, especially after some warm days. And bathroom, pretty standard. I will say the water wasn't hot, but it was kind of like between lukewarm and warm, I guess. It was kind of a pre-mix temperature, which was fine because it's super hot here most days, and you don't really need a boiling hot shower on those days when it's like that. But anyway, good little spot here. Overall, TV there on the wall, which had all the usual streaming services on it, and yeah, overall, no problems. Sandra, the host, was very helpful. I needed to get some laundry done, and she actually provides a laundry service here. It was $5 for a load, wash, dry, fold, the whole thing, which was great. And it was very convenient because as soon as I got here, I was like, well, I need to do laundry right away because I was almost out of clean clothes, and she was more than happy to accommodate that, so that's great. Let's take a walk outside and I'll show you kind of the shared kitchen area as well. So I stayed in room number 5, and just right here there's a kitchen sink for washing dishes and stuff. The Wi-Fi router was right here outside the door, so it was very, very strong. And then this was the shared kitchen space, so there was lots of cupboards with dishes and cookware and all that kind of stuff. Propane stove and a fridge for keeping your stuff cold. Would definitely recommend it if you're in San Salvador and looking for something affordable. I'll put the info on the screen here, what I paid per night. And but overall, yeah, a great experience and easy to get around the city. Uber is super cheap here. You can get from here to the downtown historical district for $2 or $3 at most. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to kind of give you a quick room tour here in San Salvador. Thumbs up. So just some final thoughts here on San Salvador as I sip on a coffee. I just stopped over at Cafe Luz Negra for a coffee. after lunch at the bar, and yeah, just wanted to take a few moments here to say that San Salvador is awesome. It's a beautiful city. The downtown area here is as modern and as interesting as any other city that I've been to. Between what we've seen today with the tour of the National Building and then the churches and the library, and there's just a whole lot of different stuff you can do here. And I think that a lot of people have the impression that what they see in the news about El Salvador or whatever is how it is. And I mean, El Salvador struggled for a long time, but it's pretty clear to me, being here, that this country is on the up. And I think that it's going to be a great place, and very, very, very busy with tourists in another 5 to 10 years, once people realize that. Yeah, so just if you get the chance, get your butt down to El Salvador, check it out. San Salvador here is, like I said, is a great city. There's lots of history here. There's lots of modern stuff happening here. You know, just recently Google opened their new Latin American headquarters here, which is a huge glass building over in Zona Rosa. So that's going to do it from here in San Salvador, the capital city of El Salvador. Thank you so much for watching. I really have had a great time here, and I'll probably be back, to be honest. This is a city that surprised me in many ways, in a very good way, and I can't wait to get back to explore some more of it. Thank you so much. If you'd like to leave a comment or a like below to let me know that you were here, that would be awesome. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, please hit that subscribe button. I am still a growing channel, so I really appreciate all the subscribers. If you would like to support me further, there's a couple of links below where you can do that. I have memberships set up now, start at just $3 Canadian per month. There's also donation links down below for PayPal and Bitcoin. And remember, life is short. Wander. And I'll see you in the next video.